Muted.
And frozen.
My end of the screen, I have technical difficulties as we start the show. Man, I think yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Tough,
You're not frozen. You're good now.
Okay. All right, here we go. All right, anyways, shout out to everybody that's tuning in tonight at DF. You could be anywhere on a Friday night and you are tuning in with us to talk some Falcon football. Hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm here with my guys, Philip and Rick, to talk some Falcon football. What a amazing game Monday night. We'll start the show off with that before we dive into the 49ers matchup. Philip, real quick, man, what's been going on, man? How are you feeling? The Falcons are riding high at 3-2, your first chance of being over 500. You acknowledged that Monday night against a very tough Buffalo Bills defense and offense, as in Josh Allen. Philip, how are you feeling, man? These Atlanta Falcons bounce back, after the terrible game in Carolina. They come back home. They win a game against the Commanders. Now you beat the Buffalo Bills. Philip, your thoughts on the Atlanta Falcons as we stand as now?
Feeling really good, looking at how we won this game and, the past two games, really, it's kind of crazy because now we're looking at this is a second game where we've seen Zach Robinson call really good play calling, and it just looks smooth. Everybody looks confident. It's like a different vibe on the field than what it was week one, and then obviously week three. But it just everything looks good. I like our chances at the moment. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Big headed, but if we continue the pace that we're on, we're looking pretty good.
Rick, obviously we were at the Monday night performance. Thanks to Rick, I had a free ticket to the game. Rick, your thoughts on these Atlanta Falcons, man? Now week 5 we're heading into, or week 6 we're heading into now, I believe it is, week 7, somewhere around there.
7.
Yep.
How are you feeling about the Atlanta Falcons traveling to San Francisco now after watching the performance we put on the show Monday night?
I feel a lot better about that game overall. I thought the Bills game and the 49ers game might, I thought we'd be 3-2 and I'd be happy about that, but I didn't think it was going to be the games that we won. And we won the ones I thought we would lose, and we lost the ones that I thought we were going to win. It's wild. Yep. But I'm going to say this. We're talking about right now how I feel about this team in this season. We have the best team in the NFL. We're going to win the season.
Come on.
Straight up.
I love to hear it.
Hey, best team in the NFL. We are unstoppable. We got the number one defense. We got the number one offense.
Got the number one player.
Because we don't ever get this feeling, and it's very rare. If I only have it for 2 more days till Sunday, I'm riding this fucking high, dude.
Hey, man,
we're the best team. We got the best running back. Our team's going off. Our coaches are the best. We're the best. We're going to win the Super Bowl, and I'm going to ride that high until further notice.
Absolutely, Rick. It was a lit time Monday night, dude. Once again, thank you on the live show. Thank you for the free ticket, dude. That was once in a lifetime chance. Fire seats, best seats in the house. Cool ass people that you're surrounded by, man. That's a really cool section that you got there, Rick. But
how many, man? You got this. The reason why I sit on the visitor side was to feel the sorrow of the way. Because remember, in the beginning, they were on our ass, boy.
Yes, sir.
They were on
I've seen videos. They were there.
Oh, but when that tide turned, boy.
Yes, sir.
Crickets.
It was definitely a lit experience, man. The Buffalo Bill fans, Bills Mafia, they call them that for a reason. They do travel very well. We've seen it in Atlanta, but as the game, as kickoff started around about, you've seen a lot more Falcon fans get in their seats, and that was cool to see, because not only was we on the visitor side, but you look to the left of you, there's a couple of Bills here. There's a lot of Bills behind us, like 3 rows behind us, just Bills Mafia.
There's a lot of Bills fans.
And then right to the left of us is a lot of Falcon fans, even on the visitor side. So it was cool to see. Never sat on the visitor side, but that was my first time, and definitely one for the books. And I'm a tailcoat off of Rick, man. It is sorry for the lag, guys. It's terrible tonight. But I'm going to tailcoat off of Rick, man. It is a very once-in-a-lifetime experience that you get these moments with the Atlanta Falcons against a playoff contender. They've been in the playoffs the last 3 to 4 years. You beat them, could have been outstandingly by 30-plus points. You beat the Buffalo Bills 24-14 in Atlanta. Reigning MVP. Like, the stats are there. The numbers are there. You beat a good team Monday night. Philip, we head into San Francisco now. Real quick, let's recap the Bills game. Drake London with a phenomenal game, guys. I mean, Drake London took off from the start. Rick, we were warning the Bills fans before the game. You will know who Drake London's name is after this. Drake London, 10 receptions, 158 yards, 15.8 averaging, 1 touchdown, almost 2 within 8 seconds left in the second quarter. Bijan Robinson with another outstanding performance. Bijan with 6 carries, 6 receptions, 68 yards, averaging 11 on the ground. He carried the ball 19 times for 170 yards, man. What a phenomenal game for Bijan. Shout out to Rick's daughter in the background, special guest.
Antonio, they said hi.
Tyler Algier with 10 carries, 32 yards. Michael Penix, 2 for 6. The Felipe Franks sneak, 1 for 2. And Kyle Pitts, would have loved to see Kyle Pitts get involved a lot more. Only 3 catches for 18 yards. Tyler Algier, man, with a touchdown on the day. Guys, in the past 2 primetimes games, the Atlanta Falcons have sacked the quarterback 10 times. Hi. Rise up. Philip, you hear the stats there. You hear what your defense has done. They've proven week in and week out.
Don't forget the 81-yard rush.
The 81-yard, Bijan's longest rush of the season, of his career.
Hey, before we go on, what were the stats of the I was thinking about this game. What were the stats of the other receivers?
Okay,
let's look at that. Did anybody else touch the ball besides Drake London?
Casey Washington had 0 catches because he dropped
Kyle Pitts
2 of them.
Did.
Kyle Pitts had 3 catches.
3.
Bijan had 6, and Tyler Algier had 1. Drake London was your receiver. That was your only receiver. Monday night.
And they couldn't stop it. They could not stop it.
Could not. 49 had no reason covering Drake London in a single man coverage.
That tells me one thing, that we schemed the hell out of that game, because if Drake London was that wide open and he was the only option and the only one getting the ball, hey, man, we might owe somebody some flowers.
Yes,
Terry Fontenot, we owe him some flowers.
Yes, sir.
And
what a
what's his name? Our OC.
And Mike Hughes gave up the first deep pass, but I mean, after that, 5 tackles, 1 assist, 0 sacks, but came away with the most tackles out of the whole team. Look at the sack numbers here. You talk about D. Alford with a sack. D'Angelo Malone had a sack. There was 2 others that had like half a sacks.
Diablo, Pierce.
Yep.
David Onamata with a sack. Roberts, the number 99, the one that came in from Carolina, he had a sack. So, I mean, Ruko Hiro with a sack. And did they not get Pierce? Did they not get Pierce to half? They didn't get Pierce to half the sack. That's crazy.
It was him, Diablo, and
Hughes and Diablo, yeah.
So, Albano, we see you in the chat, brother. Rise up. Glad to have you here tonight. There's 5 live viewers on YouTube right now, man. Y'all hit that like button. I need 5 comments in the comment section of your thoughts. The Atlanta Falcons versus the 49ers Sunday night football. 2 primetime games back to back. Albano says, if we can beat the 49ers and the Pats, we are definitely winning that Super Bowl. He says, important question. Do we go for a receiver before the trade deadline? Mooney staying banged up, and I see Ray not being on the team soon after the second healthy scratch now. So let's talk about it. Reports came out of Flowery Branch today that Ray McLeod was sent home per Raheem Morris. It was an excused absence. Raheem also went as far as saying you may not see a return of Ray this season in Atlanta. Guys, I don't know what this means. I don't know if it's a Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones situation happening in Atlanta again, or if it's maybe an Ike Hillard situation. But reports say that Ike Hillard being fired had nothing to do with Ray not taking the field last week. He didn't even dress out. He was healthy. Reports came out that maybe he was banged up. No, he was healthy. So let's talk about it for a minute. Rick, you take it off. Ray McLeod being sent home today, possibly a no return. What do the Atlanta Falcons do?
Lemon pepper wet. He went to Magic City before game day and he got in trouble. No, I'm kidding. I don't even want to speculate, because to me, this sounds, again, I don't really want to speculate, but this sounds to me like he did some conduct detrimental to the team, which means to me, again, this is major speculation.
Yeah.
But the only thing I could think of is maybe he wasn't happy with the way he was being used or getting the ball or whatever. And maybe he had some negative kind of cancery things going on. And the team was like, hey, look, we got a positive thing. We got some momentum. Like, we don't need that energy here. Like, I'm sorry you're not getting the ball, but like, we're on this train. And like, if you're that guy and you're kind of in people's ear, and people don't like that shit, they cut you out, man. That's unless, maybe he was disrespecting coach. I can't. It's weird because there's not enough behind it. I saw him on the sideline during the Bills game, dapping people up and celebrating. And so, I don't know. Maybe they thought he wasn't dedicated enough. Maybe he missed practices. Maybe he wasn't showing up. There could be so many things. So it's hard for me to say. But the problem with getting a wide receiver is, what do we have to give up? And I don't think we have draft picks to give up. So to me, it's like, and like, I feel like we got Blair, we got Nash. Like, we got some guys that we can give some opportunities to that we just proved that we don't need anybody besides Drake London. Now, their defense is one of the worst in the secondary, so I think we're going to be playing some better teams. So I do think we need to make some adjustment. I'm just surprised that Kyle Pitts didn't get more opportunities based on that. So I don't think we're going to make a big-time trade and go for Waddle or any of those type of players, but could they bring some people up from the practice squad, or could they sign like a Van Jefferson again? Like I said on the radio, I heard the guy talking about, like, we might just need a vet to come in and fill the role and that kind of thing. Would I like them to make a splash? Now, when's the trade deadline?
I think after this Sunday. I believe so.
I think that's too early. Now, I think if this team was 8-2 or something like that, and they were like, oh, shit, like, we have a chance to really go far in the playoffs, I think they make a big splash and they would like go out and get somebody like a Waddle. But I think it's too early for that, knowing this offseason in the picks we have. I think it's too early to waste picks on
the trade deadline is Tuesday, November the 4th at 4:00 is the trade deadline.
You also have people you can sign too, though.
So that's after the Dolphins game. Yeah. I just don't see us trading picks for somebody. And
then that could be a variable possibility. You're already going into this draft without a first-round pick. You don't have a fifth-round pick, I believe, that came with the James Pierce Jr. trade. You have a
4, if I'm not mistaken, 4 or 5.
Yeah, you got like second, third, and fourth, and maybe. So it's tough. It's tough if you see the team only draft 3 times, then you trade away a fourth. Or from what I was hearing, the Dolphins are offering for a second or third round pick for Jalen Waddle, and I don't see that happening no time soon in Atlanta. Philip Obno here in the chat had a question for us. He says, important question. Do we go for a receiver before the trade deadline? Mooney staying banged up. I see no Ray. He said, or are they keeping him healthy for a trade scenario? Philip, your thoughts on the situation?
Kind of like what we were just talking about now. Like, it's just a situation you just got to look at. It could happen. You could see a trade. You may not. But with them sitting him out, it's something like, I don't know, sending him home. Something is being saved for Ray. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I don't know.
So this was a report today, and this came from John Fricky. Shout out John Fricky, big supporter of John. We've had him on the podcast here. He says, "Well, it's over. It's too damn late in the week to trade him, but has to happen soon if you can find someone to take him." Mark Ramiotti posted on Twitter, said Raheem Moore says Ray McCloud was sent home. Said it was a private matter between the team and McCloud. Moore said he doesn't know if McCloud will return to Atlanta. So there's definitely something going on. Even John Fricky says maybe it's too late in the week to make a trade happen for Ray McCloud. So the rumors and speculations that Terry has been on the phone, I think that is completely false. I don't think that they've actually been calling and shopping for receivers. I could be wrong. They could drop something next week, next Monday. I have no idea. But a guy that I think he has to look at, Obno, is maybe elevating Nick Nash, a guy that you went and grabbed, a guy that did very well, very decent in training camp. We have a special guest here, guys. Robert. Hold up. I got to add more screens, but Robert is in the background ready to talk some Falcon football. Let's see. There he is. Robert, what's going on, man? Glad to have you here tonight.
Oh, it's good to be back. It's been a hot minute.
It has been a minute, Robert. Glad to see your face, brother. We were just getting into the Ray McCloud situation in Atlanta, being sent home today. Expectations are that you may not even see Ray McCloud return to Atlanta. Obno had a great question for us here. He said, what are you expecting to happen now? Are you going for a trade scenario? Are you bringing up a Nick Nash from the practice squad? Robert, your thoughts on the scenario with Ray McCloud being sent home today from practice via Falcon versus McLeod situation. Your thoughts?
Well, I heard rumors that they've been in trade talks with the Raiders for I can't remember the receiver's name.
Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers.
I wouldn't mind that.
Same.
I wouldn't mind it either. I mean, because if you have, you have Myers, Mooney, and London, that's going to be one of the best receiving trios in the NFL.
Yes, sir. If Mooney can stay healthy, man, like I don't even, if today Mooney practiced, he didn't go full speed, obviously, but he did practice. If Mooney can come back healthy, I think you hear a lot of these. Like, I don't even think this trade room scenario would even be a thing. Like, I think they would be okay with maybe Mooney being receiver 2, Drake running 1, and then you bring up, Casey Washington in the slot, maybe Nick Nash. You also have Chris Blair, a guy that scored a touchdown in every preseason game this year. There's a lot of ways to look at it, but there's also a guy that's on a trading block, and he was drafted here in Atlanta. Calvin Ridley is officially on the trading block in Tennessee. Also, Chris Olave. Chris Olave is another receiver. The New Orleans Saints are shopping, possibly looking for a trade scenario. So just real quick, your guys' thoughts on the trade block situation. Is there a guy there? What is Ray Ray's value to another team? That's the question.
Nothing.
And it's probably not much.
He was nothing before he came here.
At all. Last year was one of his best seasons in the NFL. We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
And it seems like every style of chance that Ray Ray's got has been a screen pass this year.
Let's not forget, Ray Ray was also destined to be a kick returner.
Yeah.
Rondell Moore was supposed to take this spot.
Yep.
And he just got injured, unfortunately. So really, Ray Ray just was in a, I wouldn't say luck, but it was just blessed to have that opportunity.
Outside of the drama, Ray Ray's just a reliable player.
Right.
Exactly.
You can count on him to make the play and do the things. But let's not forget the beginning of the season, there was drama with Ray Ray. Remember, what was the game? What was the game where he came wearing was he wearing black and gold or wearing the Saints gear? He was wearing something where people got mad about it.
Yeah. I remember what you're talking about, Rick. I can't finally say what shirt it was,
but he wore something and everybody got bent out of shape. Like, why would you wear that before we played somebody or something?
I think it was the Saints. I believe it was the Saints.
That was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a prior player that played for the Saints at one point. And he wore their jersey
something like that. So that just lets me know, like, the Falcons don't do drama, period. That's why I know Calvin Ridley will not come back to this team.
Yeah.
They're not going to do that. That's why they're not bringing Julio Jones back.
Calvin is so diminished now that, he would really bring no value to us.
And to me, if we go Calvin Ridley, Jalen Waddle, or who was the other one we talked about?
Jacoby Myers.
Not Jacoby, but I would say one of those two. That to me is an all-in move.
So let me ask you this. There's a guy that has a ring on the free agency list, has a couple of rings. I think he's got 2 rings. Odell Beckham Jr. on a cheap deal. Is that a possibility?
Drama, man. No.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to pull up these receivers because there's some decent names on
They're
this.
not going to bring 1 ounce of poison into this locker room. Period.
If I can
They're
find it,
man,
I just had it.
They're too. They have a lot of leaders, a lot of captains on this team. They don't do the drama. They don't do the flashy. They do keep it in house. Keep your head focused. And if you don't fit that mold, and I think Ray Ray was a little too flashy for the Falcons.
Got DJ Chark that's still out there.
DJ Chark still get to be picked up by a team, though. That's my only situation with DJ Chark.
Chris Olave. That's what I was talking about. If we go Chris Olave, first of all, the Saints will not trade him to us. But if we did, that's like we think we're going all in. We're going to trade some big picks. You're going to trade some big picks for him.
There's a season. What about you have a Nelson Aguilar. You have a Tyler Boyd, a Michael Gallup.
Plays football. Holy shit.
Michael Gallup, bro.
Michael Gallup wouldn't be a bad sign.
That is a guy that torched us a couple of years ago.
You have KJ Osborne. You have Grant DeBose, Michael Harmon. You have
Harmon. Bring him home, man.
An old dog, baby.
You have Kadarius Toney. Now this goes back to the drama. Kadarius Toney. You have. Let's see. You have.
Toney, though, bro.
There's a lot more. I'm just going through names that stand out. You got Deontay Johnson, another receiver that's available. DJ Chark, as Philip mentioned. Marquez Callaway. That's not a bad name. Brandon Powell. Cal Phillips. Mike Strachan. Colin Johnson. KJ Hamler. So there's decent receivers that you don't have to trade anything away for, that you can go grab on a nice, friendly one-year deal. Out of that list there, does any name stand out to you guys? I mean, other than Mecole Hardman, that's a really cool
November 4th, that means we're playing 2 more games before that, maybe 3.
Yeah.
I think we wait and see. I think we give Chris Blair or Nash or one of them an opportunity. And if we handle business these next 2 games, we don't need to do anything.
That's very true. That could very
be. If we don't, if we're like, oh shit, they shut down Drake London, then
so this, I think the 49ers game is going to spectate that. Like, what can the Falcons do Sunday night? You've seen what Drake London did, and we talked about it, Rick, in Atlanta. There's going to be a game where Bijan's a scheme for. There's going to be a game where Drake London's probably scheme for. Kyle Pitts scheme for, if we can get Kyle Pitts active that way. So I think you're going to see a team that has a decent pass rush. They're going to put a 2-man high safety. They do that a lot in San Fran. So it's going to challenge Michael Penix to get the ball to Drake London, which is right. If any NFL team watch Monday Night Football, you're going to expect to see a 2 high man safety because Drake London torches a 1v1 no matter who it is.
Just double Drake London the whole game.
Yeah, double Drake London and prevent the run from Bijan. Then you have to rely on a Casey Washington, a Nick Nash, or a Kyle Pitts. I know he's not a receiver, but we've seen him out wide a couple times this year. Could Kyle Pitts be the X factor Sunday against the 49ers?
And if they beat you, if you double Drake and you shut down Bijan, and Chris Washington and Kyle Pitts beat you, then fuck, the Falcons are just the better team, and you can live with that. I think they would go home and be like, well, hey, So
absolutely.
I wouldn't. I don't want to see that game plan. I hope that doesn't happen. I don't think they can. I think we have a better offensive line than that. But I think that's their best hope.
So injury report heading into real quick, Robert. I want to come to you about Monday night because we haven't chatted about Monday night with Robert. Your thoughts on Monday Night Football in Atlanta, brother? You win a very big game against the Buffalo Bills, 24-14 in your hometown, ATL, baby. The Atlanta Falcons get the job done. Robert, how are you feeling about that win, man? And what kind of statement did we send out to the NFL Monday night?
I think that it showed that we can be, as long as we're playing our A game and, we're not bland play calling, which, Zach Robinson's still got a lot of work to do. But this team can compete with and beat any team in the league if they bring their A game. The debacle in Carolina, we took them lightly. We thought it was going to be an easy win. That was the slap of reality I think this team needed.
Yeah.
And this statement game was exactly what this organization needed. It's what the fan base deserved. And, it's just. And what pisses me off more than anything is the talking heads in the media, all the Bills lost this game. No, give us credit. We won the game.
Yeah.
They bragged about how Josh Allen could beat us single-handedly. We proved otherwise. Football's a team sport. It's not just about the quarterback.
Yep. 100%. And the defense, man. Rick, we finally have a number 1 defense in Atlanta, guys. Like, this is no longer a secret. Like, Monday night, I told Rick coming in, we're all froze?
No, they all froze over.
Oh, anyway, coming into Monday night game, Robert, that's what I was talking to Rick about in the stand. They're like, tonight is going to show if we really have a number 1 defense. And they did their job outstandingly. Jeff Ulbrich was a huge impact to this team when Raheem Morris went and re-signed him. A lot of Falcon fans were livid about the fact that you re-signed Jeff Ulbrich. But, guys, what a statement he has made early on in the season. It's week 7 now or heading into week 7. And we're sitting at number 1, and we have set at number 1 for the past 3 weeks now. So it's not like, it's a 1-week fluke. No, the Atlanta Falcons are getting to the quarterback. Primetime game, 10 sacks the last 2 primetime games, 12 hurry-ups. Like, 3 or 4 interceptions. You had 2. Yeah, you got 4. You had 2 the previous Monday night game. And then what was that, Sunday night game? Maybe against the Vikings. I think it was Sunday night. 2 against the Vikings, 2 against the Bills. You go into another primetime game against the San Francisco 49ers in their stadium, in their environment. Let's run over the injury list real quick. This came out today, Friday game report. Questionable receiver Donna Mooney hamstring injury. Questionable Jake Matthews ankle. Felipe Franks calf. He's questionable. Taquan Graham is questionable to make his debut this year. He has been on IR. Taquan Graham maybe could be back this week. And then here's the one that really stings. The players that will be out Sunday: edge Jalen Walker with a groin, cornerback Clark Phillips III. He has a tricep / illness. Safety Jordan Fuller with his knee will be out, and Billy Bowman now for 2 weeks in a row will be out as well with his hamstring. Rayer McLeod, not injury related, but will not be with the team Sunday. Jalen Walker being out, man, that's a huge, huge loss when it comes to a Christian McCaffrey offense. Christian has yet to have that big breakout game this year. I don't want it to be against the number one defense. Now, with that being said, Rick, coming to you with this question, how do you stop a Christian McCaffrey without a Jalen Walker? Is it an Arnold Ebiketie? Is it a Zach Harrison at the edge situation? He has played a lot of tackle this year, although Zach Harrison has not been on the field the last 2 games, like hardly any. How do you stop Christian McCaffrey with Jalen Walker not being in this game?
I think we put the veteran out there, and Leonard Floyd gets more snaps. Leonard Floyd sets the edge. We don't care about his pass rush as much. Obviously, he still has that, and I've seen him almost make some plays, and he's got a sack here and there. But I think he sets the edge. I think JPJ plays almost every snap. I think he's out there almost every snap. Mm-hmm. And we see more Leonard Floyd and more AK. And I am okay with that. Yeah. Like, when I think about all the players that are missing, Bowman hurts, but Hughes has been handling business.
Pretty decent. And D. Alfred, boy, what
D. Alfred's been handling business. At some point, like, we got to give these guys just as much props as we were giving them hate, because like we were hating hard on them, and don't get me wrong, they're having some lapses here and there, but at the end of the day, 90% of the time they're showing up and they're making the play. So, I got to give those guys their flowers. And if anything, I would say like Bates is the one that I haven't seen living up to expectation. And like that first play with, I think it was Hughes or Alfred, I can't remember, that gave up that bomb. Where was the safety help?
Bought in, came in tight.
Remember
the
first quarter, me and you were talking about, why are the receivers getting behind us every freaking play? The wide receivers getting behind, and then eventually they back, and they made the plays happen. So I'm not the only injury I care about is Jake Matthews.
Yeah, that's huge. That's very huge.
That's the biggest one. Now, did the new guy step up, Jewel or whatever his name is? I can't remember. Did he step up and hold it down? Yes. But the offense completely stopped when he came in the game.
Yes, stalled out. So,
not saying that wasn't game plan and there wasn't adjustments that the Bills made and all of that, but there was something there. So, that to me would be my biggest injury. But if we get a Drake Mooney back, or we can supplement with something else, or Taquan Graham comes in, maybe there's a give and take somewhere in there. But I think we're going to see more Leonard Floyd setting the edge.
Philip, Jake Matthews left the game at halftime. 16 seconds before halftime, me and Rick sees Jake Matthews walking off the field, going to the locker room. Rick's like, 16 seconds left. 16 seconds left. There's nothing wrong. And then Philip texts me and says that they announced Jake Matthews questionable. He did not practice all week. Today he went through walkthroughs and like warm-ups. He is a veteran, guys. So maybe it's just hey, let's let him heal up as much as possible. He is questionable. Jake Matthews is known for not missing NFL games. He had a baby, for Christ's sake, and came in the same night and played the game. Philip, your thoughts? Phil, your thoughts about Jake Matthews, and as well as Jalen Walker and now Billy Bowman 2 weeks in a row missing starting position. Your thoughts, and then rotate it down to Robert.
With Billy being out, yeah, it sucks. But we do have guys that's filled in, like D. Alfred, come in and played extraordinary. Even got a pick. Not really too worried a whole lot, but I would love to have our starting safety right there. With Jalen, it's gonna hurt a little bit because this is a guy that hasn't had like the crazy sack numbers, but if you go back and watch tape, he's holding down his side of the field, the corner, cutting off the corner of the field, or just like
beating like two level blocks,
just waiting for the quarterback to move. Like he's just playing as he should. That's gonna hurt a little bit, but I still think we got a couple guys that have come filling in. Like we got Pierce, we have Arnold Ebiketie. You got Leonard Floyd. I mean, shoot, not even mention the guys that's up the middle. You got guys like that. So they can fill in for us. And hopefully we still play up to that top tier defense that we've been seeing the past 4 or 5 weeks or whatever, it's been.
Yeah.
And then Jake, that's the biggest scare for me. Because like y'all said, once he left, the offense stalled. You just didn't see a whole lot of passing like what we were doing. But at the same time, I don't like to use excuses. To me, it's always next man up mentality. But he is a game time decision Sunday, so praying for the best.
Praying for the best.
Praying for the best.
Want to see Jake Matthews out on that field. Robert, obviously, I mean, I know you just sat here and listened to me, Rick, and Philip about the same topic, but Jake Matthews, dude, he's been a long-time Falcon for years, a big dominant piece of that left tackle position. Possibly one of the best pass protectors that we have on that offensive line. Robert, your thoughts of Jake Matthews possibly missing another game? I mean, he didn't miss the whole game last week and only missed a half, but your thoughts on Jake Matthews, Jalen Walker, who steps in those big shoes to fill? Like, how you feeling about it?
Well, Jake being out does worry me. I mean, on the defensive side of the ball, to Rick's point, I mean, it's, we got, Leonard Floyd, we got AK, now that Jeff Ulbrich is the defensive coordinator, we're finally buying into the next man up mentality.
Absolutely.
The guys are stepping up when they have to, and like Rick said, I mean, we need to give them props, just like we've been, throwing shade at them when they screw up.
Yep.
And I am very proud of these guys. Now, as far as Jake's injury, I don't know. I mean, the kid we traded for from the Seahawks,
Yep.
Gerald, I think is his name.
Gerald.
Yep. Filled in. Don't know much about him, but hopefully that next man up mentality will buy in and with him if Jake's not ready to go, which, I'm praying that he is. Jake's a warrior. It would take something catastrophic to keep him out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So what about Storm Norton? Did we hear their update on him?
Storm Norton has been removed from the IR list, has still yet to physically full participant at practice. He's still got something going on, as well as this is Taquan Graham's second week now practicing. I expect Taquan to be a full goat Sunday. He'll be the first player off the IR list to return. Braylon Trice, another guy that has yet to hit the field. He's been lifted from the IR list. I don't even want to get started on that because it makes me think of Troy Anderson. Like, these guys have got to get on the field, man. Like, Braylon Trice was a top draft pick. Like, what was that, a number 2, number 3 pick? Like,
yep.
Braylon Trice was a guy we traded up for, if I'm not mistaken, in the second round to grab. So it's like, what could he be? What could he be in Atlanta? Terry saw something in Braylon Trice. So, I mean, who knows? Who knows what will happen? And Troy Anderson, man, like, after the linebacker play that I've seen this year, I mean, I don't want to say this, knock on wood, but I could care less if Troy Anderson even steps back in a Falcon jersey. Like,
that's so real.
I would like it for the depth. Don't get me wrong. I would like it for the depth, but I've moved on from it.
Yeah, it's like
I forgot about Troy, bro.
Speaking of the linebacker position for the 49ers, Fred Warner is out Sunday night. That's a big plus for the Atlanta Falcons.
Just like Milano was out for the Bills.
That too. Yep.
Same position, same type of player, same level caliber, generally speaking. Big problems.
How about I'm going back to Monday Night Football. How about the block on Ed Oliver by Bijan Robinson? My God.
Decleated him.
Oh, my God. That is a dog. Bijan is a dog, man.
They said, I saw this one video that I really liked. They said Buffalo is known to be a super physical team, and they come up and they rough everybody up. And they came in there and got manhandled on both sides of the ball. I mean, the Falcons were just so much more physical than them.
I feel like Elijah Wilkerson did a very nice job matching with Joey Bosa. The Jarrell guy that we were talking about that filled in for Matthews, You've seen a lot more of Bosa on the right side because he wasn't beating Wilkerson. They swapped Bosa.
One sack? I think he did get one.
Yeah, but he probably got one.
If you're not talking about him, they're doing something right.
Absolutely. Like, I mean, I feel like Elijah did such a phenomenal job. And like I was telling Philip today, I feel like, when Storm Norton is healthy, I don't even think you see a change at the right tackle position. Like, the chemistry that he's built with Penix now, Elijah has, being his blind side. Like, I feel like as you watch the weeks go on, like, Carolina was the first game where Elijah kind of looked a little rough against the Panthers. Since that game, you've seen a lot more confidence in – Penix has always been a pocket passer anyway, but he doesn't seem as antsy as what he used to be with the new right tackle, Elijah Wilkinson. Now I feel like he's kind of just chilling back there, man. And then when the pocket collapsed, like we've seen against Monday night, he tries to roll out, had green grass for days, but initially got caught up by the nose tackle there trying to escape out. But I think Elijah Wilkinson has done a very, very nice job for what he's been called to do, because that's some big shoes to fill, man. Caleb McGarry, losing him all year was very hurt. Like, that hurt bad. And now Elijah making a name for himself back in Atlanta, his second time around. Very excited to see what happens in that position. Speaking of the 49ers and their injury report, we will see Mac Jones Sunday night. Purdy is what they say healthy. This is what stands out to me. Like, the league is noticing that we're getting to the quarterback. They say Mac Jones will start Sunday. Brock Purdy has been cleared, but the 49ers are keeping him under wraps from possibly re-injury. So that tells me they know the Atlanta Falcons are getting to the quarterback. Could the Falcons come away with another 5-sack game on another primetime night? Like, come on.
It's the guy that also doesn't run out the pocket much.
Exactly.
It's a stationary pocket passer. If we can get to the quarterback, guys like Leonard Floyd, hell, it's even
James
guys
Pierce.
like James Pierce, hell, even guys like Rook that's been getting back there. I mean,
number one
we've only
defensive
had
tackle in
one
the league.
stationary quarterback this year, and that was JJ.
Yeah,
He
we dogged
moved
him.
pretty good. So
Yeah.
this is
yeah,
the first one.
Dude,
The only reason that Mac's playing right now is because Purdy hasn't been able to play. I mean, the last couple of games, Mac's been getting banged up. He got banged up against the Rams, and the Bucs didn't do him any favors last week either.
Yep. I agree.
And with our pass rush, I mean, don't be surprised if we make Mac's life a living hell.
Mhm.
let's hope.
So the topic I want to go around the board with, we always do it every Sunday morning. We won't do a Sunday morning show. I mean, we may. It's a Sunday night game. But what would be the it factor Sunday night? Philip will start you to rotate around. How do you beat the 49ers offensively and defensively?
Offensively, I don't see how you couldn't go with the same guy that's been doing it all year long. You go with your MVP. That's the guy that's going to get it done. I mean, yeah, they may say, "Hey, we're
this
gonna,
guy, this guy here,
yeah, that guy right there." They're gonna game plan for him, but doesn't mean they're always going to stop it. If you know what I mean, you make a statement if you already know, "Hey, I'm the guy that they're looking at." But hell, it doesn't matter if you can't stop it. Defensive wise, get to the quarterback. That's simple. Do what we've been doing this entire time. Get to the quarterback. Your secondary is thriving off of what your trenches has been doing, which is getting up there, putting pressure, and they're your secondary's just been doing their job.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen it on tape when you go back and really watch the tape Monday night. There's sometimes where there was one play specifically I remember watching where if Josh Allen has 3 more seconds, he's got a guy on a wheel route for a touchdown. But that D line is just getting so much pressure that he cannot. He just simply can't. And that's the guy that rolls out the pipe.
Even with the one where they almost converted on the fourth and 2, where he had to do the shuffle pass, he couldn't get in motion to actually throw the ball, which if he had the time to do it, that's the first down all day.
Yep.
But he has to just toss it because he has no time to wind back and throw it. So, I mean, defense.
So, key says get to the quarterback, feed Bijan. That's Phillips' key.
That's it. That's it. Feed
Robert, what's your key factors to win Sunday night in another primetime game?
Got to stick with the run game. One thing I'd like to see more of is the 1-2 punch, get Tyler more involved and keep Bijan fresh. And I think that, I think it's time now that, we do a little bit more of, just letting Penix, throw it deep. We got to open up the deep ball a little bit. And defensively, I mean, just keep getting the penetration, get to the quarterback, get the pressure on. Just keep attacking the gaps. Don't let McCaffrey get hot. Just do what we've been doing. I think we got a good shot.
So I don't mean to change topics here, but I just seen a tweet that came out on Twitter. It says Falcons left tackle Jake Matthews has started 183 straight games, the longest active streak in the entire NFL. Matthews will go into week 7 against the 49ers as questionable with an ankle injury, but the Falcons coach Raheem reported Morris says, I'm expecting 184. So that's some kind of good news to see Jake Matthews out there Sunday. I hope we see it. Rick, factors to beating the 49ers Sunday in San Francisco, another big primetime game. Sunday night football on a short week, as they call it. You just played Monday night. Now you go and play Sunday night. Your thoughts on and then also you got that long travel. Like I hate a travel after like a short week. But Rick, your thoughts on Sunday night football. How do you beat the 49ers?
I think we play a clean game as long as we don't make any stupid penalties on offense or, one of the only frustrating and dude, Chase was there. I was yelling at them. If you throw the ball right now, I'm going to be so pissed. And what do on first down when we had no business throwing the ball? Penix almost threw an interception to two.
That was happened twice, Rick. Like they almost threw 2 interceptions messing around.
That's the kind of shit that pisses me off. And what did I say before that drive? Learn from the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Learn from the Super Bowl. There's a minute and 48 seconds left. Just run the ball. The game's over. The game's over. But no, we got to try to get it to – anyways. Let's not do that. Let's not give them any extra chances because, again, Cook started to cook in the second half.
He did.
He started to find – and if that's Christian McCaffrey, we're going to be in trouble.
Cook still had 17 carries for 87 yards.
But looking at their defensive stats, yards per game, they give up 321. Offensive opponent rushing yards per game, they give up 107.
Oh, they better not.
Opposing completion percentages, 68%. Pass yards per game, 215. So there's a lot of opportunity. They rank about 15th. They're about average on defense, which to me was their biggest concern. I'm not as worried about them offensively. I mean, I think the Bills, the Commanders, the 49ers are basically the same teams on offense. They have a running back that could beat you. And then one wide receiver-ish or a conglomerate of 2 or 3 receivers but no superstar. They don't have any superstars.
I think Kittle may return Sunday. I think that'll be his return.
Like Kittle, though, receiving wise.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Like, I'm not even being funny. I just don't know anymore. I mean, they used to have Debo. They used to have Debo Samuel, but he's not there.
But Ayuk's not coming back, or he's not in. Nope. I just think we have to play smart football. I wish, I don't know. I like the aggression. I always battle this between the aggression and taking the points. I'm a take the points kind of guy. I wish we would have kicked the field goal and took the points. I would like us to see at least one game where we play smart football, take the points, because that's what you're going to need to do in the playoffs. And I'd like to see a game like that where we're not always aggressive on fourth down and we just do the Mike Smith football, which I always liked. And then
that brings up a good topic because we chatted about it at the Benz. Is it a situation? I chatted with your friend on the right of you. He said that he doesn't believe that coach trusts Parker Romo. Is that the situation there? It's a 50-yard field goal, 52-ish. You don't go for the field goal early in the game, which would have put you up 24-7 heading into halftime.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on that?
I think it's 60% that and 40% the NFL has just changed and got more aggressive on fourth down because every team is doing that.
Right.
So I think they look at the percentages and they're like, look, we need a touchdown anyway. But, we're coming from a team that for 20 years we never had to worry about field goals and it was automatic.
Yeah.
From Matt Bryant to Koo, we've been automatic. So, and then Morton Anderson before that. So for me, we're just switching and we're, then offensively, I really think we're going to see Bijan versus McCaffrey. I don't think McCaffrey's going to get his. Like you said, he hasn't had a game. Sunday Night Football. Bijan, his buddy, who was working. They were working. Yeah. I think we're going to see the Bijan versus McCaffrey show. And I think we need to make Mac Jones beat us and not let people get behind us. Keep it in front. Make them. This is the thing that I got pissed off about what we did against Baker Mayfield is we kept giving them a short field every single drive. Make them drive. If Mac Jones, again, the same thing I said about the other plays, if Mac Jones drives 80 yards every drive and scores 4 touchdowns and beats us, then we don't deserve to win anyway.
Right.
But if we're giving it to them on the 50, the 45, their 45, every drive like we were doing against Tampa Bay and some of these other teams, then, it's too easy. Too easy.
Chat, man, we got 8 live viewers right here. Omnil's been the only one in the comment section. I need a comment about Sunday Night Football. Give me your score predictions. Falcons versus the 49ers Sunday night. Hit the comment section so we can throw it up in the chat. Hit the like button. 10 live viewers, man. I see 10 likes. down in the like section, man. It takes a second, costs you $0. If you're new to the channel, man, hit that subscribe button. We are nothing but a bunch of Falcon fans that love talking Falcon football. Real quick, going back to Monday night again, I want to talk about time of possession.
Can we just live in Monday night for the rest of our lives?
I'm down. For
the rest of our lives, can we just live in this Monday night bubble? I've never seen so much Falcons coverage in the history of the world.
I'm saying. Time of possession, the Falcons held the ball 31 minutes to the Bills 28. Almost an even game there. I would love to see. To me, this is why I'm bringing back to Sunday night. If you're gonna beat the 49ers, you have got to win time of possession. Do not let them just sit there and run the rock with Christian McCaffrey. As Rick stated, it's probably gonna be McCaffrey versus Bijan, and that's what I'm expecting to see as well. Do not let them win time possession. You did very well as far as turnovers. You came away with Monday night. You took 4 sacks on them. It says 4. I thought we had 5. 4 sacks on the Bills. You had 2 interceptions, and you threw 0 interceptions, and you had the 1 fumble early in the game that was scratched off because of a false start for the defense or encroachment on the defense. So that's my recipe, man. You got to keep time possession. You got to be smart with the ball. You also have got to find a way to get Kyle Pitts involved. As we just said, Fred Warner is not on the field. That is Kyle Pitts, middle of the defense. Get him the ball, whether that's lining him back out wide or bringing him the chip. Rick, I think every game that you watch, the chip block, when Kyle Pitts has to do the chip block, we completely do not throw to Kyle Pitts. I don't know if that's because they're like, hey, we got a very big matchup here. Like, we got to make this chip.
Remember, they do it in the red zone on that little play because remember we said, oh, here comes that play again. That's the only time that they do that. And actually, speaking to your point, which I think is weird, is they actually don't use Kyle Pitts in the middle. They use Kyle Pitts on the outside, and it's Drake who's across the middle.
Yep.
So I think that's kind of interesting as well. And let's not forget, Charlie, which this offensive game plan against the Bills was the first time we've seen this game plan out of the Falcons. Charlie Warner was in the backfield every play.
Every damn play.
And Bijan, we have not seen that this year. So they've discovered something. I don't know if it was Bills specifically. They're like, this is what we were trying to do with the pistol. This is what we were waiting on, and they finally unleashed it. So I hope we get to see it again.
Yeah, it was pretty nice to see. Real quick before we log off of this thing and get out of here and give our shout-outs, score predictions for Sunday Night Football. Robert started off and then rotated to Philip and Rick.
I think it's going to be a physical game. I think it'll be kind of low scoring. I think we've come away with a 10-point victory. I'm going to say 24-14.
Okay, 24-14. Another recap for Monday Night Football. I love it. That's a 10-point dub against a decent team. Philip, score predictions Sunday Night Football. What you got?
Very physical, but looking at this offense, man, they're rolling. It's giving me flashbacks. We rolling.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 30-17.
Shit, you hit a 30-piece on a Sunday Night Football. The world is definitely talking about your offense. Eat a W, as James Winston would say. Rick, score predictions for Sunday night.
Okay. The 49ers have scored 17, 26 against the Saints, 16 against the Cardinals, 21 against the Jaguars, 26 against the Rams, 19 against the Buccaneers.
They may not bust past 10. Huh?
I'm going to go.
Their offense is struggling here lately.
I'm going to go 27-17.
Okay. 27-17.
I was going to go 33-17, but I haven't seen our team be able to score consistently past halftime. So I'm going to go conservative 27-17. Pretty easy win. I think we get out ahead and we make them play catch up. And my prediction is I think Jesse Bates gets his first interception of the season. I think that's going to happen. Mac Jones is going to throw it. He throws it a little bit deeper. I don't think Josh Allen ever even got that opportunity outside of the first quarter. I think Mac Jones will, and he's going to throw it to us.
Robert, hot take, because your hot takes are usually spicy. Them things usually cook. Robert, hot take for Sunday night.
I agree with Rick. I think Jesse's going to get his first pick, and I think that we're going to see a touchdown pass from Penix to Charlie Warner.
Okay, Charlie against the previous team. Okay, I love it.
That is spicy.
You got a hot take?
Oh, baby, that old dog. Yeah.
After
Yes,
last
sir.
week's game plan, after last week's game plan, that would be the perfect play to execute.
It would.
Charlie Warner was he's just blocking. Forget
Like
about
a
him.
rollout.
Remember that little Harper?
You know,
Hooper?
another
Remember
play?
Hooper used to loop out. Ooh.
You know, another play would be kind of, we've seen it twice in one game was the Felipe Franks. He can roll out and throw the ball as well.
Or
Yeah,
give me
they're
like a
gonna bring
little dump over the top.
Dunk over the top, or just have somebody,
That
like
series
over-
of him doing the sneak and then doing the fake was the best offensive game planning I've seen from this team.
Absolutely.
When we saw that fake and they jumped off sides, I was like, we've been waiting on that strategy and that game planning for
This is
years.
We can turn this into our own Taysom Hill, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can. You
Right.
can. You can. My hot take, score prediction. I'll give you a score prediction and a hot take. I think the Atlanta Falcons walk away with a W. The Falcons score, I'm going to say 28 on the day against the 49ers 10. I don't think the 49ers score too big on us. 17, maybe 10. I think your hot take, and this is going to be a little crazy because I feel like they may game plan for Bijan a little bit. Tyler Algier comes away with 2 touchdowns.
I'm down.
Tyler Algier in the goal line situation has been crazy the last 2 weeks. A touchdown on each week. I think they finally figured out where and when to use Tyler Algier. That's why my hot take is Algier with 2 touchdowns on the day. I will say my hot take for defensively side of the ball, Xavier Watts gets his 2nd interception on the season. Or is it 3rd? Yeah, it's 3rd.
I mean, think about this. The Bucs game, okay? Bucs beat them last week, 30-19. Baker was 17 of 23 for 256 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rasheed White had 65 yards and a touchdown, and their top receiver had 64 yards and a touchdown. You don't think we could do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
We lost to the Bucs by 3 points. There's no way we can't do that.
Yeah, we might put up 38. Shit.
That would be crazy. 30 piece on the road on Sunday Night Football.
Man. My hot take, JPJ has a day.
Okay, I'm down with that. Let him eat. Yeah, let him eat.
Let my beast out, bro.
Optimal says Tyler has been trucking the living hell out of people. He says Leonard Floyd gets the sack. He said his score prediction is 28-17 Atlanta dub. So man, I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
I agree with the Floyd sack.
Yeah, Floyd with a sack would be sweet too, because you're going to see a lot more, like you said, AK, Floyd, a lot more Pierce now that Jalen's off the field. I think it's going to be a good game.
Can I leave you guys with some more hype that I was thinking about on the ride here?
Tell me.
We're riding the high, right? We're riding the high. Our 2 best teams in recent memory are 2012 and 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's just use 2016 as an example. We had a better quarterback and we had a better wide receiver core. Generous because we had Calvin Ridley and Julio, right?
Yep.
Or we didn't have Calvin Ridley at that time.
We had
Julio
Mohamed Sanu and
Mohamed Sanu. Yep, my boy.
And Taylor Gabriel.
Taylor Gabriel.
And Turbo.
Okay. We have a better offensive line now, better running backs, better tight end or equal, better defensive line, better linebackers, better cornerbacks, better safeties. This team right now on paper is the best fielded Atlanta Falcons team in franchise history.
Absolutely.
Period. 2012, we're better than the 2012 team. Now, did we have some Hall of Famer, quarterback, wide receiver, tight end? Yes. But if you look on the defensive side and the offensive line and the running,
weak.
I mean, Bijan's just as good as Michael Turner. Bijan's just
absolutely.
as good.
Bijan is probably going to go down. Bijan is probably going to go down as the best running back in franchise history.
He's probably going to go
if he
down
stays
as the
on
top
that
3
rate.
Falcon of all time.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it
Very well could, yeah.
Years, it's a wrap.
Yep.
Right? But this is the best, in my opinion. And think about this. 2016, we had a GOAT for an offensive coordinator. You cannot hate on Kyle Shanahan when it comes to that.
Right.
Our head coach is a wash. Him and Dan Quinn, Our defensive coordinator is better this year.
Absolutely.
We have a worse kicker. But overall, if you run the average, this is the best team we've ever fielded.
Yeah. On paper, it definitely stands out.
I mean,
Definitely.
It really is. Especially with what we've seen from Rook and Zach Harrison. I mean, Rook is the number 1 pass rusher in the NFL right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is wild. That is wild. Hit it, Phillip. Falcon fans, man, y'all hit that like button, man. Y'all have heard the hot takes. It is almost 9:30 here, and you guys are still rocking strong with us. Almost an hour show on a Friday night. We're glad to have each and every one of you that came through, man. We appreciate y'all. Hit that like button. If you're new here, man, subscribe. And if you're watching us after the live video, leave a comment because I will be sure to get back with you. Philip, with that being said, starting with you, sir, give me a shout-outs for tonight and, pass it around the table.
Man, shout out to the Lord, man, bringing us here another day, blessing us, always keeping us safe, blessed, everything we need, man. Couldn't be more blessed, you know what I mean? Shout out to them Dirty Birds from this past Monday night, man. Gave me a good time at home, bro. Like I was happy all night long. I rewatched the game, everything. Shout out to the Pirates. We out here handing BTA.
What's the
right
score,
now.
Philip? What's the score?
49-7. Handing out BTA. You know what it is, man. Pirate football.
Christy, glad to have your comments.
But shout out to you all being here, man. It's been a good night. We haven't done this in a while. It's kind of fun being back. Shout out to the setup as well. Been working real hard with this, everything.
I'm sending the little boy over tomorrow to rake that shit because you can't have a better setup than the host. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. But shout out to y'all and the shout out to the team, man. Y'all already know what to do. Rise up and let's get this win Sunday night, man.
Yes, sir. Miss Chrissy says y'all got me hyped for Sunday. Hey, that's the point, Miss Chrissy.
Ride the wave.
That's the point. Let's get it. Robert, shout outs for tonight, brother. Glad to have you tonight, man. It's been a while since we had you on the show. You've been busy with work and overtime and making that money, but you were able to pull through the night for us, Robert. Shout outs for tonight, brother.
Shout out to Robert.
Sorry I was late, but I'm actually out of state right now. I'm in Texas and getting a lot of dirty looks because of this Georgia gear, but but a shout out to you guys. It's an honor and privilege to be a part of this, and I thank you guys for letting me be a part of it. And of course, shout out to our viewers, our subscribers. We do this for you, and it's not possible without you guys. Shout out to the Falcons themselves. Let's get this win Sunday night. The only thing that makes me happier than a mad 49er fan is a mad Saint fan.
Hey, yes, sir.
Shout out to my family, Brianna, Peyton, Zach, and Christy. I love you all. Rise up, and shout out to the good Lord above for another day.
Absolutely, man. Rick, shout out for tonight, brothers. We get to wrap this show up.
I would say, first I'll give a shout out to the Bills fans for showing up Monday night because, they made the environment like electric.
What'd you tell them, Rick? That New York money was nice, them tips.
Yeah. Appreciate your donations. I told them we're going to use that money to fix 285. Appreciate it. But they were cool though. They were cool.
They were
enthusiastic about their team, but they were cool. I can respect that. It's not like them Eagles fans and like some of them other folks down here. But I think their energy brought our energy out, and so you just matched the two. And I love good competitive energy, and we had so much fun. So appreciate all the people in our section that had fun with us. Shout out to the Falcons for living up to expectation, not just putting it on paper, but putting it on the field and executing. Because I saw a glimpse of the previous Falcons happening in that third quarter, and I think we all did. And we all felt it. And then the defense came out 3 and out. Offense came 3 and out. Defense 3 and out. Offense 3 and out. Defense 3 and out. And I'm like, damn, our defense can't keep. Defense stopped them 4 times in a row. I'm like, okay, what team is this, right? And then I'll also give a major shout out. See, everybody hates on Atlanta. They love to hate on Atlanta. But what I realized after winning this past Monday night is really they just like talking about us, whether we're losing or we're winning, because everybody was riding the Atlanta train. They all were. They're all secret Dirty Bird fans at the end of the day. We saw it,
especially Panther fans.
Every scroll. And then my last thing I'll say is, Carolina, keep that same energy. I see you online. Keep that same energy.
Yeah, he sees it.
Keep that same energy.
Hey,
I'm not commenting, but y'all on every single post. It's been 4 weeks. You're living in the past. You're starting to be obsessed. I'm going to call the FBI and ask them to kind of look into you because y'all are a little suspect right now. But keep that same energy.
Absolutely. Real quick, man. Once again, shout out to all my co-hosts. Shout out to Cody. He wasn't able to make it tonight. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. If you hit the like button, if you left a comment, if you subscribe tonight, we definitely appreciate you. Shout out to, as Philip stated earlier, man, the good Lord above, always providing, keeping us healthy, keeping us here to run this podcast. And as Rick stated, shout out to the Atlanta Falcons for actually turning paper into reality, because this past week has been a great week to be a Falcon fan. And I'm hoping that wave continues to ride on out Sunday night. I hear the cannon, Philip. We just scored. Did we just score?
No, we just won.
Okay, game's over. When the high school scores or win the game, they shoot a cannon off. I'm like,
we're Pirates,
10 minutes,
so we
10 minutes down the
blow
road
that
from
thing
it.
away.
But anyway, shout out to the Falcons, man, the organization, Jeff Ulbrich, the defense that has shown that they are the number one defense this year. Shout out to the wife in the living room with the babies. Shout out to Rick once again for those tickets, man. Awesome experience. Monday Night Football in the books. Check that off the calendar. It has happened. Shout out to, once again, everybody in that section, because, guys, it is if you're looking for tickets, I'm gonna recommend that section there, because it's a fun time down there, guys. Shout out to all the live viewers. As always, it's your boy Chase, Philip, Rick, and Robert with DFU. A-Town down, rise up. We out of here, man. Appreciate it.